Hello there, my name is Anna Lundberg and I'm the founder of One Step Outside, where we help people around the world create a business and build a lifestyle that brings them more freedom, flexibility and fulfillment. And today I want to talk to you about how not to starve while working on your dream. So we've all come across the extremes, I think, of working on a business, from the Elon Musks and Richard Bransons at the one end of the spectrum and all those 6 figures in 6 months types of things we see on Facebook. And then on the other hand, we hear these statistics that, 9 in 10 businesses will fail, you could never make money from your passion and so on. The truth, of course, is somewhere in between. You can absolutely make money from your dream business. However, it will take time. So with that in mind, I want to talk to you about 7 different things you can do to earn money in order to make a living while you're working on that longer term dream of yours. So the first thing, of course, is don't quit your day job. Now, we talk about this a lot. I've certainly talked about this in continuing with your full-time work while building a side hustle. So I won't repeat that now, but as you can imagine, there are a lot of benefits with retaining your stable, secure salary while you're experimenting, validating your ideas and building that so-called side hustle. Now, if you really can't stand staying in your job, or perhaps you've been made redundant, or perhaps you have already quit your job, then another option, and one that I tend to favour certainly as a transition plan while you're building a business, is freelancing. And I talk about this in my book, Leaving the Corporate 9 to 5. Freelancing, I think, is a great way to leverage your skills, experience and network from your existing and past world, as it were, while you're building that new business as well. Now, the third thing is, whether you're freelancing or consulting or building this new business, networking is going to be key. And I know it can be a little bit icky to some of us. The idea of networking is not so comfortable, but essentially just means talking to people, telling them what you do, that you're looking for work, that these are the offers that you have, these are the services you provide. The reality is that each of us has a massive network to tap into, and that can be a gold mine when we're building a new freelancing or other type of business. Now, the next one is to prioritise working with companies over individuals. So even if your long-term dream is to work one-on-one with people on a really intimate basis, the reality is that unless your client target is a millionaire, which, congratulations, that's a great business target to have, most likely companies are going to be able to pay you more than individuals, and that's important in the short term. So again, even if your long-term dream is to work one-on-one, in the short term you'll only need, let's say, 2 corporate clients instead of 20 individual clients. So that's something to think about when you have a limited number of hours in the day. Now, the next one is something, again, that I talk about a lot, and it's super important, which is to know the financials, to get on top of your numbers. How on earth can you earn enough to make a living if you don't know what enough is? So that means really thinking about, what are your personal expenses? What are the business expenses going to be? How much money do you need coming in order to live comfortably? And then on the other side of the equation, how much are you going to have to charge based on the number of hours that you can and want to work in order to make that work for you? So really important to get on top of your financials, understand what you need, what you want, and how that's going to work together. Another one related to finances and also related a little bit to the networking is selling. Again, there are people who love to sell and negotiate and so on. Some of us less comfortable with it, but the reality is you are going to have to get comfortable with this. You need to start selling. If you don't believe in yourself and your business, how on earth is somebody else going to believe in it? And then also, why are you in business in the first place, right? Ultimately, selling is serving. So the more people you sell to, the more people you can help. So really important to get comfortable with being able to nail that elevator pitch, talk to people confidently about what you can do and help them see that you have a solution to their problem. And the final one is to get started, because the reality is, if it's going to take time to build a business and to generate an income, it's going to take even longer if you don't actually start doing anything. So get started right now with experimenting, researching, talking to people, creating content, putting yourself out there, building their audience and so on. And even if it takes a long time, you're certainly going to get there a whole lot faster if you start now than if you procrastinate on this another year or more. So those are my 7 tips for you on how not to starve while working on your dream. Do watch the video again, because I know I went through quite quickly, and there'll be a blog post this week as well to dive into more details. And every week on Wednesday evenings, I'm also over in my One Step Outside Facebook group, where I do a full live training where we really delve deeper into these topics. So you can ask any questions as well. So as ever, you can contact me if you have any questions. I'd love to hear your feedback, your comments below, and best of luck with generating that income, both in the short term and then building the long-term dream income stream. I'll see you soon.